you just assume it's Cambridge. If it isn't, I'll say it's not Cambridge. This is a wonderful, wonderful rose point goblet with a Wallace sterling silver rose point base on it. And on the bottom it says Wallace sterling 4616/9 and rose point in script. These are very, very rare. They made goblets and sherbets, which are rarer than the goblets, and cordials. This is an equally rare blown pristine punch cup in rose point. These are also known in Crown Tuscan. We have never seen the matching bowl. There was a period when they were selling these as custard cups, so there may not be a matching punch bowl. They're quite rare. This is a wonderful little vase. It looks like junk because it's cut off on the top and the bottom and cut off kind of sloppily. But you'll notice there are these cut punnies around the top and around the bottom. And this was to plaster a sterling silver top and foot on. And they cut these punnies to make the plaster hold into the piece good. This one has an early rose point label on here. I've never seen this done before, but this was obviously made for a sterling company to fit. Very unusual. This guy, I do not know to be Cambridge. It could be, but I don't feel that it is. Chillet pitcher, cool but undiluted. You put the ice cubes in the chrome tube. Cambridge did make one of these. The Cambridge ones have a glass square tube on the inside, and the dimensions are slightly different. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say it's one of the West Virginia companies, but I don't feel that it's Cambridge. Beautiful. Oh, keyhole urn vase with the original lid. Done in Diane, and the foot is etched also. What a fabulous piece. Wonderful. Two the relishes or sweetmeats in Mount Vernon, one in Heatherbloom and one in Gold Crystal. These are the two rarest colors in Mount Vernon. Gold Crystal is one of the hardest colors to find in Mount Vernon. This is the Princess lamp. This is the third of the Cambridge miniature lamps. This one, somebody has cut the top off. This should have a top about this big. We have a turquoise shade in the museum. These will come in opal, sort of a milk glass. Oh, this is old cobalt. This is a great little arranger in Clio. This is shown in the 27 catalog. It's very hard to tell what it is in the catalog. It was also sold as a mayonnaise with a ladle in it, and as an arranger with the flower frog in it. Great little pansy, blown pansy vase in amber with the original Cambridge label. These came in royal blue, carmine, amber, amethyst, and amber, and mandarin gold. And this is the same vase that you see in Caprice, with the Caprice optic in it. And this is also the same vase you see in the 20s in azurite, helio, ivory, and ebony. It's a wonderful cut flute. Last night we saw a cut flute tall tumbler in Gloria. This is a cut flute glass in Imperial Huntsing. It has a beautiful sham. This thing just polished. The whole bottoms are polished out also. This is a 1066 Ivy bowl in charcoal, which we used to call late mulberry. And all of the charcoal pieces, you will notice that the stem is slightly off color. It's not quite crystal. That's because the price guide lists charcoal with a gold stem. That's why this stem is not quite clear. Cute little Cambridge vase. Usually see the tall version of this. I haven't got a clue in the world. I would guess that it's a nice little cylinder vase, probably European, very well cut. And a little shot glass, not the measurements of a Cambridge shot glass at all. This has hammered silver on the top of it and lines cut on it. It is not Cambridge. A beautiful decagon flip bowl with the grape etching on it, the sign. These are also known in amber and light emerald. This bowl they shaped a number of ways. Some of them are flipped clear over down to the ground. This bowl was also made in a giant rose bowl shape that was cupped in. Pretty blue swirl vase. This is Bryce. This is not Cambridge. This is the bottom of a tumble up, small size tumble up in Morgantown's Palm Optic. Everybody wants this to be blown caprice, but it is Palm Optic. Beautiful, beautiful ivory vase, iridized at the bottom, blue enamel with the daisies on it. This is great decoration. Very, very rare 6-inch Charlton swan. Wonderful. Ooh, wonderful. Flower arranger in crystal. These all have an acid patent mark on the top, and they were meant to drop into a vase, and like so, to arrange the flowers in a vase. There's 4 sizes of them. I've never seen it colored when they're usually crystal. These are wonderful sand-carved Cambridge vases. There was a man that traveled the Ohio Valley that sand-carved. He sand-carved for Duncan Miller. He did a lot for Fostory and a lot for Tiffin, and they're filled in with pastel color. These two have a great big fuchsia carved on them. And I've never seen, this is the, what some people call the chicken feeder hurricane. I used to call it the salad bowl hurricane. This chimney has a different fitter than the ones that go on the tall hurricane lamps. Beautiful, beautiful carved. It's a actual sand carving. Sand carving is a more complicated process of a deep plate etching. That instead of done with hydrofluoric acid, it's done with sand. Fenton did a lot of sand carving. Yeah, it's a sandblasting. Dorothy Thorpe did the design, did some of the designs for Heisey, yes. Yes, she did. Yes, she did etching. She did enamel. She did a lot of different things for the companies. This is, I'm not going to lift it. Gorgeous, gorgeous azurite complete boudoir lamp. I've never seen this shape shade before. The normal shade is just a shorter domed shade. This lamp is pictured in the new Near Cut catalog the club has for sale. 2 beautifully cut candlelight goblets. This is a standard 3116 that I call the knife rest stem with the standard candlelight cutting with a lily of the valley in between. This is one I've never seen before. And it has the lily of the valley curled around, and it has double cut candlelights on. Very, very unusual. Beautiful set of skier old fashions, and the tray has highlight frosting on the ends, and it has matching highlight frosted rooster muddlers. Wonderful. This is a piece of, Richie calls it gray crown Tuscan. Yeah, it's a piece of gray slag glass that has some pinky tone in it. Very unusual. Ebony dragon humidor with the dragon lid on it, red enamel. This can be cleaned up some. There is a white deposit in here, and you can do it with a toothbrush and toothpaste. We'll clean some of that white deposit off of it. Beautiful peach blow ball jug with Portia. Very unusual to see pink Portia. 1066 goblet that Richie's going to give me. There's a long story behind this. My mother and I went to an auction way over in Pennsylvania, and we got there, and there was a round table covered with 110 pieces of ruby with this silver on it. And there was 2 1066 goblets and 108 pieces of red Duncan Miller with this pattern on it. And when they got ready to sell it, I thought, oh, goody, they're going to, the man says, okay, we're going to sell this table. And I thought they were going to sell choice. Well, they sold the entire table. So I had to buy the entire table of red for a lot of money to get these 2 goblets. And after the sale was over, a lady came up and she said, what were you bidding on? She said, you really were paying attention to the goblets? And I said, I was buying the goblets. So I sold her all the rest of the table. And I sold Richie one of them. And when we had the flood, mine got busted in a million pieces. So still don't have one. This is a very, very rare piece of Farber. Bill, what is this? What is this thing? Is it a small ice bucket? Small ice bucket. I've never seen it before. Have you? Yeah, it's got a nice Farber mark on the bottom, and it has a beautifully blown 3400. It's got the corners down inside of it with an optic in it. I've never seen it before. This is a 3120 12-ounce footed iced tea in Willow Blue Diane. Everything's hard to find in Blue Diane. Beautiful. Beautiful. Carmen, 3400 7-inch covered candy in gold Portia. This is signed on the bottom. Gorgeous. Ooh. Crown Tuscan Turtle Flower Block. Rare, rare, rare. Beautiful light emerald oil and vinegar bottle with the Marjorie etching. There's a amber and a light emerald in Marjorie Farlow's display out in the Galleria. All colored Marjorie is rare. Wonderful cigarette box. I have no clue who made it. It is not Cambridge. It is American. It has a reverse skier etch that's been sandblasted from the inside. Very interesting. Not the highest quality glass in the world, unfortunately. 2 1066 cigarette holders. This cutting is Cambridge, is shown in the 3034 catalog. Unfortunately, does not have a name, just carries a number. And this is a cool one with the Chesterfield cut on it for Chesterfield cigarettes. This is a Hawks cutting, and it is signed Hawks right in the middle bottom. They also made Lucky Strike and Pall Mall. Beautiful lemonade-sized pitcher in Marjorie. Signed in the inside. Cobalt iced tea glass. Not the Cambridge 3116 line. This is Morgantown. Very unusual peach blow puff box. Has a Cambridge signature on the bottom, which the puff boxes seldom do. There are this has a leafy pattern on it. There are matching perfumes to this pattern. They come in amber, peach blow, and light emerald. This is a beer mug that I do not know. The owner know anything about it? It's not the Cambridge one. The handle's different, the flute's different, the optic's different. The optic ends in a kind of a cathedral arch up here. I don't know it to be Cambridge. It's very high quality. Definitely American. Definitely of this area. Real unusual little 3-footed, I would say probably a nut dish in azurite Chelsea. Pretty. Ooh. This is a wonderful ebony decagon plate. It's signed. It has what I call like dancing buildings on it. There was a deco thing to do in the early 30s of skyscrapers and buildings dancing. The most famous piece is called the Cohen Jazz Bowl. Cohen was a pottery in Cleveland, and they had an artist named Victor Schreckengost, and he did the Jazz Age Bowl with dancing skyscrapers on it. The last one brought $550,000. I've seen Weller pottery with dancing buildings on it too. This is the first Cambridge piece I've seen. It would not be a Cambridge etching. It would be a decorating company, but it's wonderful. Some deco person would just have a spell over this. Beautiful ebony community vase with the enamel roses on it. Wonderful. These were sold in the middle of a great big flattened punch bowl, flattened into a plate. And these were sold in the middle of it as an epergne. Beautiful light emerald imperial hunt scene bowl, unusually large. And a hunt scene luncheon plate. This is an unusual pattern. It has molded rings on it. It's signed. A wonderful 3104 Hawk glass with a Cambridge cutting on it. Very nice. Very, very nice. So 1242 with an etching you never see. This is the Hollyhock etching. Has a wonderful deco design at the top. Hollyhock is usually on peach blow or light emerald, small pieces. I've not seen it on the 1242 before. It's a very early 1242. This is a sun-colored 12-inch torte plate in Caprice. It is sun-colored. Beautiful. Oh, primrose vase with the sterling silver and the enamel butterflies on it. It's usually on helio. I've never seen it on primrose. Wonderful. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Cambridge didn't really do any silver. The silver was all done by Eastern companies. Narrated, Connecticut, New York, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. The silver deposit is a different process than what Cambridge could do. It's a chemical process. It's sort of an electroplating. Cambridge 274 bud vase, ebony, done in gold blossom time. Boy, it's perfect. Wow. Beautiful gyro optic vase with the Dresden Rose etch on it. This appears in the 27 catalog. Wonderful little tally-ho cheese or lemon plate with a sterling scene of a sled person with packs on the sled and a whole team of dogs running in front of it. And look at this, even a silver whip that goes clear up here. This has a Rockwell signature in the middle bottom, the Rockwell shield. I've never seen this silver before. It's great. Wonderful. Broadmoor cut cordial. What a great piece. The stem's all cut, the foot's cut. Wonderful. This is beautiful. It's an early, would be first catalog period, early cobalt condiment tray. These would be national molds that were probably brought to Cambridge. I've never seen the tray in cobalt before. That's great. Got 4 unbelievably rare pieces of near cut here. This is the first known piece of light emerald star, and they've cut flowers around it. And this is an unknown large tumbler in Buzzsaw Marigold Carnival. That's the only one I've ever heard of. And the only known piece of near cut in Mulberry, Marjorie water pitcher. It's signed down here. And a very unusual little jelly compote in inverted strawberry and light emerald. There are 4 or 5 pieces of light emerald strawberry known. And Richie said that in his digging he has dug some peach blow pieces of thistle also. The strawberry pieces should come in peach blow as well. Got some great paper here. I guess I'll do it last. Here's one of those combo etchings I was talking about last night amongst the glory. This is a Crown Tuscan 3500 Gadroon Celery and Relish. This one is a combination of Diane and Chintz. Diane around the edge and Chintz down on the bottom. The 3103 cordial and Wannabe. I don't know who made this. It's rather low grade, but it obviously copied the Cambridge. This is a free-handed stem. This isn't molded, and the Cambridge one is molded. Decagon candlesticks, unusual with Forenzi on them. It's a rather early mold for Forenzi. Yes. Oh, you got two different ones? Yep. Yeah, there's two different ones. There's a round ball, and there's one with ponies in it. Probably sold together and got shipped out wrong. Would be a bit surprised. What? It's the earlier style. And somebody's questioned me several times about, their candlesticks not matching, particularly the nudes. They wrapped this stuff, they selected it, wrapped it up in brown paper and threw it in a bin. And when the person that was selecting the orders got an order for a pair of candlesticks, he just pulled two of them out of the bin. Well, they may have been made 12 years apart, and they probably were not in the same batch, but they didn't unwrap them and select size and height and pattern, and that's how this happened. That's why so many nude candlesticks do not match. This is the hard-to-find Gadroon 3500 beverage tray. Supposed to hold 4 10-ounce tumblers in rose point. Really, really hard to find Sweetheart cordial. These are really rare. These broke so easily. They're so thin up in here. Sweetheart? No. It appears in one catalog. Appears in the 49 catalog. No, there's very little of it around. I really think they changed it. I think it was breaking too easily, and I think they changed it into the Double Heart, the Aurora stem line. This is a small bulb bowl with the lug feet on it, and they're always polished on the bottom in primrose. This is a checkerboard square berry dish or ice cream. Not signed, but it is the Cambridge one. Here's the same skirted candlestick with a beautiful cutting on it. Windsor or Belfast? Windsor. The Windsor was a high lead content cutting. It was a Waterford style cutting. Mayonnaise compote in primrose with the deco iridescence and gold and black enamel on it. A really cute little enameled bitters bottle, definitely not Cambridge. This enameling is done by hand. If you look at it, it's not a silkscreen type thing. It's free-handed. The little men are hand painted on it. It's cute. Beautiful royal blue Tally-Ho decanter with a D1007/8. I call it the B. Altman decoration because a lot of it was made for B. Altman's. Gorgeous Carmen gold encrusted Portia ice bucket. Beautiful. And equally beautiful azurite. They called them lamp vases with a dragon on it. Jade, I'm sorry. This is a rather unusual 4-page photographic fold-out of near cut, and there are 7 pieces on here I've never seen before, and I don't know what the patterns are. Unfortunately, there's no numbers on it, but it's called the Woodrow Trustbuster. So I'm assuming this was an assortment during Woodrow Wilson's era that Cambridge made assortments and sold them there. All the different patterns that were being made at that time in near cut are on here. A little bit of everybody. But there's 6 pieces on here I've never seen before. These are 2 rather bad condition color. There was a color catalog in the mid-20s. None of us have ever seen the whole thing. We've seen bits and pieces. done by Webster Brothers commercial photographers. It's stamped from Chicago. And these 2 pages are not in the best of shape, but they're Cambridge perfumes from the 20s, mostly opaques. There are early cobalt and mulberry ones shown. Most of them have Cambridge decorations. The interesting thing about this is on this page it shows old rose, orange, tomato red, and sky blue. They're 4 opaque colors we've never seen. So look for the perfumes. They're out. Somebody's got them. They're out there someplace. These, most of these do show up in the formula book, and Ritchie has dug quite a lot of orange and red opaque glass. So they were making it. This is a rather obscure catalog, early catalog. Soda fountain, confectioner, and baker catalog, and it has the candy containers in it. And this is the beginning of the 37 catalog. They did pamphlets of specific lines: candlesticks and candelabras, Lexington, Mount Vernon, Nautilus and Seashell, and this became part of the 37 catalog, which is the forerunner of the 40. It's a very, very large salesman's catalog. The interesting thing about this catalog is it lists colors and it lists prices. It has all the price guides in along with it. Very, very nice. And this is a photographic book of 1929 through 1930 trade pictures of the Chicago Trade Center, the Cambridge displays. It also has in it all of the pictures of the Cambridge showroom at Cambridge from 29 to 30. Also shows the Pittsburgh showrooms. The interesting thing about it is one of these pages shows 2 mannequin heads in it. That's the first thing we really have in print about the mannequin heads, and they are painted. I think they're going to be amber satin, and they have painting on the eyes and the hair and the lips right here on the top. There's also a number of dragon pieces shown and opaques in here too. What did I miss? Oh, yeah. Well, it's not Cambridge. Too bad, I'll just take it. This is an incredibly rare piece of the Libby Menagerie line, and this is what Libby made to compete with nudes. Kind of an odd competition, but this is the rarest piece. This is the console bowl, the elephant console bowl. They are usually signed. This one's signed Libby in a little circle on the bottom. The line was very, very interesting. There are camel candlesticks, kangaroo compote, monkey wine, kangaroo cocktail, greyhound cordial, cat goblet, rabbit sherbet and rabbit pilsner, squirrel champagne. I'm missing one. Camel candlesticks and giraffe compote. What? No, they were done in crystal. Seldom. Generally black animal or opalescent animal. There are very few red squirrels known. And it was called Libby Menagerie. And this is a fabulous piece. I mean, it's the hardest piece of the line. Yep. Well, thank you all so much for bringing. Please be careful up here. Please be careful up here.